Moving on to FlyQuest. So FlyQuest is rumored to keep their coach Fantix, who is now going to be Jonathan. I think is what his name is now going to be in game. But he was really good last year. You know, to step up from academy, to grow really what wasn't expected to be anything special from an academy team standpoint, into really something that was an incredible team until FlyQuest really took a bunch of them out, so they could play LCS. Had to take that. So I think it's a really good move to give him a shot at a full split of LCS coaching. And then for the rest of the team, the people that are projected to stay, it's projected that Jose Diodo will stay, which I think is partially a player thing, partially a organization thing. Like, he's really big in terms of fan base for the Spanish-speaking audience. They have created a lot of programs, a lot of content directed around the fact that he's from, LATAM. And because of that, to get rid of that after one season, after 1 year, I wouldn't call it a risk, but it is certainly a factor that they are definitely thinking about when making these changes. And I personally think that Jose Diodo is an incredible player and someone that should definitely be considered for the jungle position for FlyQuest. I think it's also evident that NXI could do either the same or better, and this Singe just completely duped me, and I am not happy. NXI could do the same or better, and he has a higher ceiling. He's a younger talent, and he doesn't take up an import slot, which definitely helps with their top lane problems. Okay, Ziggs is dead, and I am now probably dead as well. Oh my lord. Oh Lord Jesus, we're losing the game. It's just another day in solo queue. Anyway, so, yes, Jose Diodo is rumored to stay. Johnson is rumored to stay. And let me tell you something, I don't really have a problem with them keeping Jose, because I think Jose is a talented player and can do a lot of things for the org. I think that my problem is just kind of like, I think NXI is the cheaper and honestly the better option, like, if you really look at it overall. But I think also, okay, when it comes to Johnson, I do not think Johnson is very good. I think Johnson proved that this last split, when really he kind of ran it down. He did not play well. And it doesn't matter that Diamond was his support or Dreams was his support. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, he didn't play well. And that is all that matters. Oh my god. Yeah, he's dead, thank God. So to me, like, keeping Johnson, when you have options on the market to grab an ADC that doesn't involve, bringing in somebody, importing somebody, I just think it's just kind of weird. Like, Stixay is on the market, right? Like, come on. Like, Stixay is so cheap. I would be fine if they rolled with fucking Tomo. I thought Tomo played really well, and maybe it was just his connection with Johnson, and maybe, sorry, not Johnson, Diamond, and maybe it was just, this or just that. But personally, I think he has a higher ceiling. I think he played better. I don't know. So to me, it's a bit of a questionable decision out of Nick Fan, but, who am I to say, that he's not doing his job right, This is somebody that built a fucking Worlds roster out of pretty much nothing. So I'm not going to criticize him too hard. I'm also a FlyQuest fan, so I'm going to live in my delusion. Anyway, in terms of people they're bringing in, we know that Kumo is gone. Kumo's done. Palafox is also gone. Okay, he's locked up. He's done. Okay, knock him up. Okay, boom, 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 and he's dead. All right. Anyway, yeah. So Kumo's gone. Palafox is gone, and Diamond is gone, as well as Triple for their academy, and Dreams as well. He has military service after this year, so that's pretty tough for him. I think he's probably played his last competitive game, which really sucks. I do feel bad for him, because I actually kind of liked him in a lot of the FlyQuest content. He was quite funny. Anyway, so, hang on. Alright. So they are rumored to bring in, I'm not pronouncing his name right, but it's like Tacomaville, in the mid lane from Europe in order to replace Palafox. This is an interesting one to me. He did not play on a particularly good, like, ERL team in Europe. They really struggled, and when they did play well, it wasn't fully because of him. So, to me, the decision to bring him into the LCS is kind of weird. It's kind of weird, and I don't personally fully support it. I think it's definitely questionable. And Vi and I just completely ran that. That was egregious. So I don't know. The decision is kind of weird, but I suppose it's fine. I guess, like, if the staff is confident in his abilities, then it's fine. And then a move that is really, really good, if it's true, and of course these are all rumors, is Afromu coming into FlyQuest. I really, really like this move, and I wanted FlyQuest to get Afromu last year in free agency. I thought that would be like the best case scenario for them. Instead, they went out and they got Diamond, and I was kind of like, I don't know. But Afro has consistently, on pretty much every single team he's played for, made the team a lot better than what they should be. Dignitas should not have achieved the record that they did last year. That should not have happened. But because Afromu is on that team, he lifts all of the younger players above where they should be. And I think that's something that, it can't be ignored. So them picking him up is really smart, especially getting him back together with Johnson. I think that's their plan, Let's try and revive Johnson a bit here. He had a really tough split last year, or a really tough season last year. Let's see if we can get him back into form to where he was really highly sought after. Last year, I remember, by 100 Thieves, EG, they were all looking at him before FlyQuest finally got him. So, anyway, so Afromu is a really good signing. Overall, this FlyQuest roster, I think, is fine. It's like they're not a playoff contender or a world contender or a championship contender or whatever, but I think it's all right. It's not the end of the world. It's not the worst roster they could have made. They definitely could have done worse. Akali singed topside, but he just back, so he's going to be coming up soon. But it's all right. I think they should make playoffs, but and it should be a better team environment than I think it was last year. But at the end of the day, oh my god, bro, I'm still in this shit. Yes. Oh my god, Irelia, almost 200 years that. So yeah, I think FlyQuest will be all right. And there's potential. I think their plan is that they can get enough of a core of players throughout the spring split that they could theoretically, right? And this is purely theoretical, right? That they could theoretically, if they played well enough, go out in the mid-season, bring in a top laner worth, something significant, and maybe bring in an ADC of some sort of significance, maybe switch over to NXI, and then make a run at playoffs so they can make Worlds and NA. I think that's their game plan, so I don't expect a ton out of them in the spring. I expect them to make an adjustment mid-season and make a run, but they are rumored to get either Jenkins or Hanser in the top lane. Personally, I'd like to see them reunite with Solo. I think that would be a really good move out of the organization, but I don't see them doing that, just because I imagine there's a reason they didn't go with him in the first place, beyond just the fact that they had the ability to get Licorice, which, though I think played a role, it's not as significant as I think people want it to be. So, who knows? Come on, boys, come on. Alright, grab drag. And that's GG, baby. Give me my LP.